Enjoy every single lesson that life brings you. Because here's something that I've learned. When life comes to teach you a lesson, if you don't pass the test, you will repeat the class.
That's Carla Harris, and this is the Depression Detox Show. Welcome back to the Depression Detox Show, where we share ideas and stories to help you live a happier life. I am your host, Malik Josephs. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in. And this week, we have two brand new speakers making their first appearance on the show, and someone who hasn't made their appearance on the show in quite some time. And I can't wait for you to hear all of their talk this week. And we are starting off with one of our newest featured speakers. She's a leader, an author, and a singer. And she's here to share some advice that she would give to her younger self. Here's Carla Harris. Enjoy.
My next piece of advice, Carla, don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a valid and valuable part of your life. If you don't make a mistake, that means you're not reaching far enough. You want to reach far enough so that you hit that barrier and know where that line is. And oh, by the way, making a mistake, Carla, does not make you special. Everybody makes a mistake. What makes you special is how and if you get up. And it's important that you understand that resiliency is valuable. And not everybody has it, but you have been endowed with the goods. You make a mistake, take the blessing of the lesson and move on. Every experience that you have gives you one or two things, a blessing or a lesson, and both are valuable. Either you get that thing you were going for, or now you know how to do it differently. But it's important that you take that and move on and not carry the mistake as baggage. Because, Carla, baggage is heavy, and it will create a competitive disadvantage for you. The next piece of advice, study, understand, and forgive your parents. They are just people. And they did the best they could with what they had. And that's all you have to do is understand that. They gave you life, but do not let their mistakes anchor you to one spot. They are not your excuse for not flying. So it's important that you understand who they are, because you know, as the saying goes, if you don't understand your history, you will become it. So make sure that you're clear. Embrace them, love them, leverage what they gave you, and move on. The next piece of advice, life is a journey. You have a long runway. Don't be in such a hurry to go towards things. Enjoy every single lesson that life brings you. Because here's something that I've learned. When life comes to teach you a lesson, if you don't pass the test, you will repeat the class. So it's important that when things happen to you, you stop and you ask the question, why did this happen? How did I get here? How did I contribute to this very moment? Because surely, if you understand your power, you contributed in some way to that moment. Maybe you failed to understand the importance of a relationship. Maybe you failed to understand how important relationships are in your success equation. No matter what industry you are in, no matter what you are doing, you will not maximize your success without somebody else's relationship. It's important that you invest. And if you invest in no one else, you must invest in a sponsor relationship. And for those of you who don't know, the sponsor is the person that is carrying your paper into the room. This is the person that behind closed doors will argue passionately on your behalf as to why you should get a promotion, why you should get the raise, why you should get the next great opportunity. Make no mistake, this is the person that is spending their valuable political and social capital on you. And while your performance is important, because it may raise your level of visibility such that a sponsor may be attracted to you, the relationship is more important. Because here's how it goes. Your ability to ascend in any job that you choose, Carla, will be a function of somebody's judgment. Judgment about whether or not you're ready, judgment about whether or not you'll be successful, and judgment about whether or not the team will follow you. And judgments are directly influenced by relationships. Let me prove it to you. Everyone in this room has power, hard-earned, personal, influential currency. But I ask you, ladies and a few brave gentlemen, how many people in this room will use their hard-earned, personal, influential currency on somebody that they do not know? Exactly. So remember that your performance currency may get your name on the short list that's being discussed behind closed doors. But when your name is called, if no one in that room can speak on your behalf, they simply go to the next name. And it has nothing to do with your ability to do the job, but everything to do with whether or not somebody knows you well enough to speak on your behalf. So when all else fails, Carla, invest in the relationships. And then finally, I say to you, as my good friend Judith Adu said to me, this is real life. Tis ain't no dress rehearsal. So make sure that you go for it all of the time. Put your foot on the gas no matter what it is and go for it. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Don't fall prey to this so-called imposter syndrome, because you indeed do have the power. If you have been brought to that moment, you have everything that you need in order to be successful. You either have the intellect, you have the experience, or you have somebody in your network that is willing to help you. Exercise your power. Use everything that's in your network. And so often we fail to use the network, even though it's one of the most valuable tools in the tool chest, because we are afraid that if we ask someone for help, that we now may be exposed as not knowing that thing which we think everybody think we ought to know, or we are afraid that if we ask for help, somebody may turn us down. Well, ladies, if you ask someone for help and they turn you down, there's only one word: next. Where one won't, another one will. But you can't allow one person's rejection to stop you on your journey to maximizing your success. If you are stuck and you're not sure whether or not you should try something, always default to the try. Always default to the try. You already are clear about what no looks like, so why wouldn't you play for yes? Always play for yes.
Big thanks to Carla Harris for stopping by. Now, just give a little bit of thought to what you would say to your younger self at this time right now. Wouldn't that be something? If you want to connect with her, you can visit her website, carlaspearls.com. Check out her Instagram at Carla Ann Harris, and check out her latest book entitled Strategize to Win: The New Way to Start Out, Step Up, or Start Over in Your Career. And if you like this clip, there'll be a link to the entire talk as well as a link to connect with her in the show description. And as always, when you get a chance, please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, because in doing so, it'll help other people check out the show. And that's a wrap for me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here Wednesday. So, until then, stay strong. Later.